So, respected Honorable Director, sir, I request you to welcome the speakers of this session. Dr. S.S. Kohli, Dr. O.P. Mishra, Dr. Sri Biswajit Sahai, Dr. Sri Biswajit Sahai, and then Mr. Jha. So our next speaker is Sri Biswajit Sahai. So he's from Defense Accounts Department and he's looking after the finance and account system of Defense Accounts Department. So I now request Sri Sahai to come before.
My dear colleagues in the front rows, Rajesh Pathak, O.P. Mishra ji, Akhilesh Jha, Mr. Kohli, Dr. Kohli, and all the attendees, a warm good afternoon to you, is really getting warm in any case. Good afternoon to all of you. It gives me great pleasure to be here, to be a part of this, I would call it celebration of entrepreneurship and technology. That is happening in Patna is a matter of great joy for all of us, especially those who have origins in this place, in this state. So it gives me immense pleasure to be here. I'll quickly, run you through what I do. I'm the Additional Secretary and Financial Advisor in the Department of Science and Technology, Department of Biotechnology, and the Ministry of Earth Sciences. And one of the things that we do is to manage the resources, the financial resources that these ministries and departments have. And we do it with, of course, an active coordination with the scientific community, both in the ministry and outside it. So it's a very challenging assignment in the sense of, it's important that the resources are reasonably, equitably distributed to the extent that we can do it. So it is always a challenge. Coming to the specifics of IIT Patna, I mean, the fact is that the institutions in Bihar, Jharkhand, by and large, suffer from lack of funding, not due to any intention, but perhaps more due to the fact that people are not very, people are not fully aware of the various government programs that these ministries run. They're not aware of the kind of scholarships and the kind of extramural funding that can be done for projects. They're not aware of the infrastructure funding that can be done through various schemes of these ministries and departments. The second thing, as I was telling someone, is that, of course, when it comes to writing proposals, we have to be very adept at writing proposals because there are some people, there are some institutions, especially the older ones, who are very adept at writing proposals. They know how to write proposals and get them through. So, and they are much more aware of the larger scientific ecosystem than some of the newer institutions. So it's very important, therefore, that the resources are defrayed in an equitable manner, and I would, implore upon all of you to see to it that the proposals are made in such a manner that they pass muster with the authorities, and we are actually able to we are able to finance such projects and implement such projects successfully. There has been a lot of, there is in fact an ongoing effort to see that the past inconsistencies are ironed out, and we are actually able to give funding to the newer institutions, newer IITs and other institutions Non-IIT institutions, by non-IIT I mean the non-older IITs, the standard IITs which are there, Bombay, Calcutta, Bombay, Delhi, etc. Kanpur. So a lot of efforts are on, and there are also efforts at streamlining the entire system of, say, scholarships, where I think one of my colleagues, Dr. Sanjay Mishra, would have spoken perhaps in the morning about we're trying to streamline the system of scholarships by to ensure that there's no duplication, people don't have to redouble their efforts to get various scholarships, including Inspire, etc. But also they're able to do it in a much more systematic and organized manner by using the existing electronic platforms. So there is a lot of thinking which is going on in the government. There's also thinking at the highest level also that the resources need to be more spread out into the university systems, and not only the IIT, but also they need to spread to the university systems and across all disciplines. So, which is again very important. You'll be hearing one of the other speakers later in the day, but you know, the kind of data analysis that has been carried out reveals how short this eastern part of the country, especially Bihar and Jharkhand, have been in receiving the largest of the Department of Science and Technology and the scientific ministries. In general, maybe Bihar particularly would have suffered due to a lack of enough number of institutions. Of course, with the IIT Patna now, you know, having been come up some years ago, and NIT, etc., having come up, things are definitely set to change. But I do think that it's important that we know how to write the projects. I think that is of great importance. And I don't know if some session have been done on that, but since your director himself is from IIT Bombay, I was in fact requesting him that he must supplant the best practices that he's seen in IIT Bombay, which is an established and flourishing IIT. I do think that that some of those best practices that are there need to be supplanted here, so that we can reap optimum resources from the system. I will not, have a presentation to make. My colleagues who are going to follow me are going to make technical presentations, and those, of course, will be useful for all of you. But I would only speak in more generalities about the allocation of resources. Over the last 5 years, the resources, say, with the Department of Science and Technology have doubled. Where we were 5 years ago and where we are today, I think there is no hesitation in saying that we've launched some of the new schemes. The NMICPS, the Department of Science and Technology, we are in the process of working on a scheme for quantum in a mission mode. That we hope that is going to be launched in due course. These are all places, these are all schemes which are going to present opportunities to yourselves to set up incubators, to get into MOUs with global institutions, to develop your HR to the optimum. So these are schemes, NMQTA quantum is going to come up at about the overall outlay of about 8,100 crore spread across 6 to 7 ministries. The bulk being anchored by the Department of Science and Technology. That's going to be based again on setting up incubators. That's going to be based on on in-house research in quantum. It's going to be based on attraction of industry. So all these are areas which are not very easy in a place like Patna, where in a state like Bihar, where the industry is not present there. But I think the industry will come from innovation. Eventually, we are able to do the innovation and set up our incubators. I'm certain that industries will come. I see that a small set of incubators is there here outside, and they seem to be doing some good work. So I'm sure there is a lot of potential, and it is very possible that we should be able to have spin-offs like this. So with these few words, I really would like to again implore upon you, beseech upon you that we are able to come up with projects which pass muster in Delhi, and I would request you all to put your best resources together so that we are able to make best use of the optimum use of resources that the Government of India, the Department of Science and Technology, the Department of Biotechnology, Ministry of Earth Sciences have for research and development. Thank you.
Now, thank you, Sri Sahai, for giving this information to us. Now, I request our Associate Dean, Professor George Singh, to present the memento. So now our next speaker is Dr. S.S. Kohli. So he's the head of Research Infrastructure Division, ESD. He has a mechanical background, but not only engineering background he is also having management background. So he did MBA in Human Resource. And apart from his technical publications, he has also published more papers in technical management. So now I request Dr. Kohli to talk in front of you. Please welcome Dr. Kohli.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Professor P.M. Singh, Sri Vishwajit Saiji Award, SAFA Senior Colleague, Sri Akhilesh Jhaji, Chief Controller of Account, Professor R.K. Pathak, and my other DSD colleagues. In the forenoon, they have discussed all about the funding mechanism. But this is the time today. Afternoon, I will be just talking about a common link in all of our DST activities funding, that is basically R&D infrastructure equipment. I thank Professor P.N. Singh and Professor A.K. Thakur who has taken this initiative and his other colleagues to taking lead in supporting and other academic institutes across the state via hand-holding for promotion of research and infrastructure and entrepreneurship in science and technology with their point the term TRIST, which is a catalyst for R&D activities with IIT Patna as the nodal lead, which I expected taking because we are depending upon IIT Patna. In last few months, IIT Patna has been supported heavily with R&D basic equipment, such as research equipment. And I expect IIT Patna to provide support to the nearby institute and come jointly with research proposals. And this is a new thing. See, hand-holding doesn't mean we can only talk about it. We have started a Stuti program. Stuti program already funds has been given to the hubs. Now through this hubs mechanism, IIT Patna and nearby other institutes will be organizing training programs. This I'm just sharing, but in last 1 year or 2 years, new initiatives has been taken. This training program will develop two things. One is proper utilization of the R&D infrastructure which we are really going to support. Second is we will create a capacity building human resources around the equipment. And the major important, which is not written in our terms and all, is when the other institutes are coming and working in IIT Patna, DST will be receiving joint proposals in proactive way. Now only the solution left in DST to handle the situation which we are facing today or discussing that there is a less number of proposals are coming from Patna or from Bihar at all, from Jharkhand. What's the reason behind it? Either the people are not motivated, that's what I was discussing with Director Professor Singh. What can we do about it? There is a good manpower, resources, people available here with good publications, but why not proposals we are receiving? That is the major thing. See, in late 1970s, there is a new initiatives has been done in Bihar government also to increase the level of education. Before that, there was a dark period we can say in Bihar for education. Takshira, Nalanda, these universities were basically made not operational or due to some outsiders. But that culture is existing today. What I find, there are good universities. I was talking about IIT PATNA when I was coming on the way. REC, renamed NIT. Before that, it was Patna University. The first name was I am talking about just a random example, is Surveyor School. There were, I remember in India, about 130 years back, two surveyor schools were started. One was in IIT Roorkee, IIT, and another one was in Patna. See, there was a good culture of education, but today we need a lot to be done, because the analysis, guys, very senior colleague will be sharing some analysis on Patna that only 1% grant comes to government grant from DST is coming to Patna. What is the reason behind it? One reason which people say generally when informally when I am talking is they say that Patna, Bihar doesn't get or Bihari doesn't get a good funding from DST. That's not the case. If that was the case, I have seen this is in my career first time. In my career, saying that CCA, ESFA is joining with me for any visit to any institute. That's the importance behind that. That means this reason that there is some partiality or something that's not there at all. And we look forward good proposals from Bihar. But one thing I will share, DST's funding is on competitive research grant. You have to be competitive. Don't expect anything else other than the competition. You have to be in the competition. You have to face the competition. And once you try to face the competition, you will get through it. That's my thing. But once the rejection is there, second rejection is there, don't get disheartened. Because in engineering sciences, the approval rate was 8%. For last, I have handled the engineering sciences. Mechanical, civil, electrical, electronics, computer science, chemical engineering. Approval rate was 8 to 12%. That means out of 100 proposals, only 8 get funded. You have to be in that uniqueness. And what is the uniqueness we only see during funding of the such proposals? Over such grant or the EMR grant is very few things. One is novelty, writing skill, number 2. And the third one is his methodology, what he's talking about, is it can be achieved. My only one line of advice to this is based on my 80% of the rejection cases is don't be over ambitious. Give 2 or 3 focus objectives which you can do. In a research proposal, don't try to do everything, whatever research you have got in mind in a single proposal, because the duration of proposal is 2 to 3 years or 4 years maximum, and the amount is also limited. And the second mistake, what I find, I'm sharing with my experience only, don't take it other way, is please apply to DST, DDP, DSIR, DBT in a particular window. What is the objective of that window? If you have got a good research idea, go to core research grant or EMR grant. If your past achievements are very good, you are aged and you are a fellow of 3 academies, National Academy of Science, Academy of Sciences, Institute, Engineering Academy, and then one of the Medical Academy, you can go for JC Bose Fellowship. What is happening, I've got a number of applications in JC Bose Fellowship and they get rejected. Reason being that parameters are different. If you have done a very good research in one of the DST projects, go for another scheme is there where we are getting today presently 15,000 rupees per month, in addition to the salary. If you are applying for a Ramanujan Fellowship, it is clear-cut written in the Ramanujan Fellowship that you must have spent some time outside the country. In Ramanujan it is not specified, in Ramanujan Swami it is specified 3 years. Because these schemes are for reverse brain drain. If you are applying for a fellowship scheme, because 4 years back, 5 years back, only these 2-3 schemes were only for the postdocs. There was no other scheme in the country. In last 5 years, we have come with the National Postdoc Fellowship. There are other, which was replaced with the Young Scientist Fellowship, project mode. This is a modification. What is another beauty of DST or DBT, what I would like to share among all of you is, they are very dynamic schemes. You ask me today for another scheme, I may be a bit wrong, because we go on changing, modifying them based on the experience of implementation and the requirements of the stakeholders. None of our schemes are without the inputs of the stakeholders. And the second is we know, like today the question comes is, why Bihar is getting very less fund? Why universities of Bihar are not supported in core research grant, EMR grant, National Postdoc Fellows? See, then the National Postdoc Fellows, they are getting them from abroad. But that is their wisdom. Some of them are joining in Bihar, some of them are doing good work and they are joining in leading institute. Today IIT Patna is there, maybe tomorrow they will come and join here. Because we give them options to join anywhere in the country. Yet in medical they are joining in AIMS, old AIMS Delhi. But once they in Patna and all established it, they will come and join here. Now what are the basic minimum critical links in having institutes like AIMS, IIT, with the capacity building in R&D infrastructure? We are coming with a special consideration. IIT Patna has got a SAF center which is going for last 7 years. SAF is a sophisticated analytical instrumentation facilities. Is that platform where any academic institute, IIT Patna in this case, or nearby institute for asks for any expensive, high value equipment, we will place it here for utilization of the nearby institute and the host institute. This week only we are going to fund them about 4 equipment which is worth about 6 crore rupees. These are not for IIT Patna, these are only for other than academic institute. In SAF, we are putting a condition of 80%, 20% time should be minimum given to outsiders, to startups and industries. See, in Indian scenario, startups are not able to survive as much after 5 to 7 years, reason being the liquidity, volume of production and other parameters. But if they are not supposed to put their energy and efforts on equipment, major equipment in buying, and if they can be given analytical facilities, startups can do a wonder in the present scenario. And this is the major, in last 2 years we have made changes in our R&D infrastructure facilities is all equipments are available to other than the host institute, to startups, to small scale manufacturing industries. This characterization equipment will give the value addition in the case of money and all in utilization. And we want our equipment in host institute to work on 3 shifts, 2 shifts. Even in some of the host institute where Sati, SAF and all programs. Sati is a program where we are giving 125 crores in a go. There was advertisement about 3 months back. But today we are rethinking on that advertisement because we have to work in a consortium mode. That's what our secretary DST is with, and my senior colleagues are discussing on that line. We really want to work in a country in a consortium mode. Those old days are gone when you go to any school, sorry, any college, university or lab, you find XYZ lab. Today we are not targeting on that XYZ lab. These are central facilities. None of my R&D infrastructure facilities will have a name of Professor so-and-so's lab, Professor so-and-so's lab, because that creates a utilization hindrance in the equipment. And generally those equipments and lock and key, and the key is available with a professor or his only PhD student, even not to the outside department also. There is a cultural change in our funding and academic, and states like Bihar, Jharkhand has got a very good opportunities to take lead. Second is in each of my schemes, all the schemes with DST is through DST gets supporting. There is we are giving to level 1 or level 2. There is a level where only those institutes can apply who are applying first time. Your competition will be among your peers at your level. If IIT Patna is 10 years old, you will be having competition with those institutes which are 10 years old. It will not be with IIT Delhi, IIT Bombay or IIT Bangalore. But if you are performing good in that and you want to go for a bigger token of amount of money, big token projects, then you can go and compete with them. You will be given a special class to competition. That is the advantage, that is the uniqueness of DST funding. There are other problems with the small institutes, small states, new states are facing. South, north and eastern states are facing, maybe due to language barrier, non-proximity to funding agencies, Institute Delhi and all. See, today in website, internet platform, these limitations are not existing at all. No decision is taken in DST itself. Don't think that the DST officers or my colleagues are sitting and taking some decisions. All decisions are taken by peers, by your colleagues. Maybe today you are on the other side of the table, next time you will be on the other side of the table. Decisions are taken by them, and please make sure you have to sell your idea. You write a good proposal, you have to defend that proposal and sell it. Don't expect that your peers will appreciate that. First of all, when you write a proposal, I have seen what's the problem in Bihar, or even the leading IITs are coming. Those old IITs, professor will come and he will present the proposal. He thinks his proposal will go. There is more rejection in that case. You take any data, one of my colleagues may share that data if it's available with him, that if 10 proposals, 20 proposals come from Patna, how many get approved? And if 50 proposals are coming from one of the old IITs, how many get approved? See, when you are sitting on the other side of the table, your expectation from the person who is presenting the proposal is based on a lot of parameters. These all are fuzzy decisions, not a crisp decision, I would like to say. If it was a crisp decision, I don't need the constitution of committees and all. Only my computer software or AI tools can take a good decision. Because these are fuzzy decisions. When a presentation is there, what is his objective, what is his background, what is his strength, what are his publications, what is his IPR, what are the impact factor publications, and this is there. And another my suggestion was that this is always go for impact factor publications, don't go for a local or regional third grade publications. Just to increase the number. In none of my proposals of left sports, number doesn't make any sense. I have seen a proposal which is being rejected with 300 publications and proposals supported with 1 or 2 publications. These are the few tricks of getting through to the DST projects. Apply in a right window, right objective where the scheme is the right scheme. Write a crisp proposal, and it is not wrong or bad to take the help of your senior colleagues who are there in the institute. Show your proposal to them, they will mentor you. I have seen the proposal who was even my chairman and co-chair's proposals get rejected in the committee. This will be surprising to you, but it happens a lot. Because his proposal is not evaluated by him, by his same group. We get it evaluated from another constituted committee. And it gets rejected, and you have to face that rejection. Please learn how to face the rejection of the proposals, of the publications, and try to get a positive view and write a new proposal. Always, if the proposal gets rejected, just give a soft call to the concerned officer who handling the proposal. What was the reason of the rejection? He will definitely share with you this was the things which are never argue with him, because this is a committee decision which is conveyed to you. But we gave a formal rejection reason also. But they are very fuzzy and broad. In this scenario of our RTIs and all, we are also very careful. But always there is a reason, strong reason for rejection. We are ready to support the borderline cases also. Those proposals which we see, whatever is the objective will be delivered. He will be able to achieve those objectives 70 to 80%, not even 100%. This is the tricks which I am just sharing of the trait of the tricks. Never get disheartened in rejections. In life sciences, approval rate is 20%, 22%. In fellowships, approval rate is 15%. Because our funds are very limited, we are receiving huge number of proposals. In each scheme, like FIST, there are 800 proposals in a year, in single call, with the condition that those who have already applied in FIST last year and who are very FIST, they can't apply for next 10 years. That means only new faces. This is my experience, that those 800 people, out of that, 700 were the new faces who have applied first time. But another interesting data is, I don't remember any name or institute from Bihar who has made an attempt to apply in FIST. Today in country we have got 3,000 FIST departments supported. There is no proposal from August University, Central University. What's the reason? I don't know. At least my colleagues would not know, because today you see, if we were serious, then only senior people are here from my department. Only efforts, please make effort. Don't say that हमें तो मिलता नहीं है, that we are not capable or we are sidetracked. See, nothing is like that. Only limitation is we have not attempted. That is my say. If any question is there, I am ready to answer, because this opportunity DST has people like me also get to direct. If any clarification or anything is there which I have missed, can you let me know? Otherwise, I have nothing more to share with you presently in short time. Thank you.
So, what are the different infrastructure facility development schemes? Apart from site, feast, is there anything more?
I will just say more. See, basically for doing research, we need a small equipment also to big equipment. Today we are getting small equipments about 40, 50, 60, 70, even 80 lakhs equipment under core research grant of the EMR grant. They are dedicated equipment for a research proposal which you are submitting individually. But there are some equipments which a whole department requires, like electrical department, mechanical department, civil department, physics, chemistry. We give them under FIST, FIST. Those facilities which will be used by 80% of your PhD students and staff. There are some other facilities which can be used by 3-4 departments. We give them under the university level course, EU or SC course. Then there are some expensive facilities which is region specific, state specific. This is present thinking which is going on. Under DPT also we have got a similar schemes with different names under DST also. That region specific schemes are called SAF, Associated Analytical Instrumentation Facilities. IIT Patna has got a SAF center for last 7 years. In SAF, what is the uniqueness? We will ask them every year, what equipment you want? Based on the regional requirements, they will say we will provide them. Get it evaluated to the committee, provide them. And then the national level, we have got a facility we call it Sathi. Sathi is those facilities where we are giving expensive equipment costing few crores of rupees, not lakhs and all, at least 1 or 2 crores and plus. These are those facilities which either exist in the country in very less number and their good users are there. Or that facility is not existing at all in the country and my scientists are going abroad to do experiments. Maybe 1 group or 2 groups are going abroad, there are only 10-15 people. We create that facility in the country so that those people are using it. Plus, more new groups are developing around those expensive equipment and facilities. And these facilities are such expensive facilities that startups can use them because startups can't buy them. They can't maintain it, they don't have a capacity to run them, human resources. It is better for them to use all these facilities by startups, small-scale industries who can't afford this due to cost of the equipment, running cost, material cost, and operators and manpower involved in that. These are the various schemes at national level, regional level, university level, and state level, and then individual scientist-specific research level, core research. Today we are going to streamline, we are in the process of streamline based on the inputs, because those facilities under core research grant, EMR grant, we can reduce. So that when we put it under FIST or SAF or SATI, they will be, its utilization will be more. Indirectly, what I can say in one line is, in next time, 5 years, you will not find some equipment with the so-and-so lab. And the key is with that professor or his PhD students. Those labs will be open for 2 to 3 shifts, 24/7. Thank you.
Details of this different funding scheme. So now I request Professor A.K. Thakur to present a moment.
No, please, go ahead, tell me something.
Only my question is in particular to 5G and beyond type of technologies like 6G, the kind of upcoming one. Like what type of infra is being supported by DST in terms of measurements or complete setup, kind of fundamental level development? So being in particular to this particular technology, like what type of support? Because being going towards millimeter waves and terahertz side, instrument gets too much costly.
You're from electrical department?
Yes, yes,
Okay. See, the sport basically is only for, I'm talking about it, R&D infrastructure. Okay. Now, when you are going for a general specific sport, you will find in the country. But suppose you are thinking of that sport in 5G or 6G today. 5G also a lot of missions have been identified in the country they are working on. If you are talking about 6G or further research, identify any equipment, justify with your peers. See, here I am talking a very unwritten, which is very dangerous line, which you can justify to your peers, because in the selection committee, peers will be there. This is the present scenario. I don't have a committee for high risk, high reward, which we started about 3 years back. Then we changed the name in DST, SARB. For those ideas which your peers are not able to appreciate. I've got for my own understanding, a good example is when the computer in 1962 a proposal was submitted, it was rejected for developing a computer. IBM took it, they told you we need only 2 to 3 computers. But see today, after 60 years, I found 2 or 3 computers in my own house. The desktop is there, laptop is there, farm top is there. That time this idea was not appreciated by the peers. That's what R&D infrastructure only takes the ideas, equipment which are appreciated by your peers, your researchers, your own community. Okay? You have to be very careful in that. And those equipment are today, like the lower area, very interesting example I've got is to do the evaluation of a person. Like I'm talking with him, Professor Pat, like my own colleagues. See, there is a wavelength. We say ki wavelength in the common English, but actually in electrical there is a wavelength. You see the gurus and there you find the aura there.
Yes.
How to evaluate that aura, that's also a big problem I'm working. You see the Vedas and you will read some topic, one paragraph about it. But we have to see do in today's scenario. If you ask me that equipment, I think I will not be able to provide it. But see, this is because your peers are not able to appreciate that.
Yes.
Maybe that committee members appreciate it, they will be, maybe after 5 years, 10 years, this research will come. How to do the health analysis based on the all emitted value. This is a very important paragraph. See, this is a new science you have to come. Maybe my older people, my gurus who have written later, they will be having knowledge. We have to read like this. That's all. See, I think I have answered your question.
Yes, yes, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Just one more question, sir, related to NPDF actually. So, related to NPDF scheme, National Postdoc. So, in that scheme, even 1 or 2 of my students who are in NPDF, they faced the same situation. Right?
NPDF.
So, in those NPDF, they used to have mentor from the same organization, or if mentor changes their organization because of any particular reason, then they will have to either reassign some different mentor, or the project got somehow cancelled or something.
Okay. No, I understand your question. I know the seriousness in that.
Yes.
See, NPDF is a postdoc culture started in country with Dr. Professor Ashutosh Sharma over previous years. There was no postdoc culture in country before NPDF. We were having a young scientist scheme. Under young scientist scheme, that time, 10 years back, I was involved in that. What was the uniqueness of young scientist scheme is people after completing their PhD and if they are not getting job, they will come under young scientist scheme, apply to DST. We will give them commitment for 2 to 3 years. Their age should be less than 35 years. If they are less than 35 years, second young scientist, they will get some job to research experience. But there was no mentor in that. That time our thinking was, if a new person is coming, he has done a lot of his guide, PhD guide and all, has given him good mentorship. First of all, he should not join the same institute. Let him go to the other institute, where he can do the free research. Because otherwise when you are doing the same old institute, your PhD guide comes, no, do this thing, do that thing, or write this paper for me. We are not going to grow out of the box scientists from that culture. There was no mentor. Then came the postdoc fellowship. Now when the postdoc NPTF came, young scientist scheme was stopped. Its new avatar came. Now when that was being implemented, then some of the senior scientists who were in the committee, they told, no, these people come and waste time, they don't come and do. See that flexibility, they wanted to cultivate that flexibility. Then this word of mentoring. This mentoring has got advantages, it can give a good guidance, but it stops your original thinking. You can't do the original research. You see the research which you have done, your PhD guide has done the same research, even his great-grand guide may have done in the same lines. You have to break that barrier. This is my observation of 30-40% cases. That's the mentor. See, this is the administrative question you are asking. When it is there in the terms and conditions, you have to manage it. This is administrative, and I think this responsibility goes to director, how we handle this situation in the post-institute.
कोहली साहब एक छोटा सा हमारा सवाल है IIT पटना की तरफ से आज हमारे पास CCA साहब भी है, SRF साहब भी है. You said that this साथी at national level high-end equipment, few crores or etc. is funded. Obviously, those established IIT or the institutions they are taking. Can we not think of relaxing this condition? Now, say government policies, every state you are putting on IIT, every state you are putting on AIMS. So why we are restricting certain equipments of few crores? At least one center in IIT Patna, can it not be or to take care of the entire state? That's why from IIT side I am asking. All of three you are here.
You are sitting in IIT Patna, you are asking them, you are supporting IIT Patna. There's not a law in that. DSTA as an administrator, I will talk like the negative administrator. We have got our own evaluation system. Before IIT Patna coming to that stage, I'm not saying they will not come, they will come in 6 months maybe. We have given them phase. What is the evaluation of phase program in departmental level? That shows your committee. Then we have given the SAP center. Evaluate the SAP center performance. Professor Chaudhary is there, who is the coordinator from SAP center.
No. He has some emergency, so he has left for Guwahati today.
Now, we see, for me, it is not difficult to support. For Sathi Center, in DST we have been discussing this, that Sathi will come in definitely a new avatar. Maybe I will be taking your help. TR4, TR5 level, technology residence 5 level, SCRP is supporting. I have been supporting under infrastructure. Can't we go for a product development? India, have we produced, see what is that international level researchers we have produced in the last 20 years, we have to evaluate ourselves. Today is the time when I'm spending 1 rupee, what is my GDP growth? This will come only from TR level 7 and up.
7.
I just like to add to what Dr. Kohli said. You know, he said something very important which you may have missed, that, you know, the new secretary, the view is that we should, look at working in a consortium mode. So if IIT Patna and NIT and, such like institutions in this region can come together, then they might be able to actually, So, that is going to build an ecosystem for this entire region. I think that Kohli Sahib had mentioned that in the beginning. I think that is an important point which you should take note of. It will come in a new avatar. As per existing guidelines, his answer is as per the existing guidelines. But if there is a clamor, there is a demand, I think we are willing to look at revising the guidelines to make it, make people apply in the consortium more.
So, agreeing with what Professor has just said, here not a matter of only IIT and NIT coming together, but in the audience, almost representative from entire state universities and colleges are here. So it's a whole state representing in this workshop. And as per Dr. Kohli's last advice in the last meeting, in the very shortest possible time we have convened this workshop, and entire state is present here today. Representative from each of the universities, colleges are here. Again we are going to have another such event to integrate the academic ecosystem of the entire state. maybe in June, summer vacation, under the program Stuti. Again, we will request the DST and the next time DRDO team also to be here, so that we have a better ecosystem.
I think what he had clearly said, Ministry has supported the national facilities, in a particular IIT, particular district, depending on the demand and the project. So IIT Patna cannot cater for only Bihar. No, national facility, just like in IUC, we have catered the Geochronology National Facility Center. Crores of the rupees will be spent. About 130 crores rupees will be. So I think that possibility will be there. So what was the need of the research and how we can serve the best all institutions? So that could be there.
But only thing is when you ask for anything from DST, have your vision clear, objectives clear, don't be fuzzy. My committees are so seasoned and all, within a few minutes they will come to know, are you asking the equipment for research purpose or some other purpose? But all other purpose, Bihar and Bihar, everyone knows. Don't be smart in that, be honest. My only humble request is when you write a proposal, be honest in your research. That's all. I think there is no question or no more ambiguity. Thank you.
No, no. I have one ambiguity that I would like to clarify.
You're most welcome, sir. Pleasure.
Whatever indication you have provided, maybe it's true, but it's a story of yesteryears. Now we have a chance. IIT Patna now has the distinction of delivering first made in India product, which is going to be the heart of electric vehicle mobility in the country. Yesterday it has been launched by our Honorable Minister of Power. Why I am saying, I have the experience of working and delivering in the oldest IIT of the country, Kharagpur, and after teaching there, I have shifted to Patna. I know what old IITs are also. There are also only 10% faculty members are delivering. At IIT Patna, with a small number, 50% of the faculty is delivering. But there is a difference. They are crippled in terms of facilities, yet they are delivering. If they are given facilities, they will bring one.
Now see, Professor,
You
has raised a question, I have to reply to that question.
Sir.
Professor doesn't have the confidence. He is raising this question.
No,
But I'm saying we have got the overconfidence for you. That's why my senior colleagues today are present at IIT Patna from DST. We have got a big confidence in IIT Patna.
Yeah, sit down.
So good afternoon everyone. So myself, Vaibhav Singhal, head of the Department Civil Environmental Engineering. So it is now my privilege to introduce the next speaker. Of course, his introduction is not required who are working in the area of seismology. He is a well-known academician and scientist in the area of seismology. Currently, Dr. O.K. Mishra is heading the National Center of Seismology Division in Ministry of Earth Science. He is a fellow of National Academy of Science for his pioneer work in applied geophysics, seismology, in disaster risk management, and having more than 30 years of experience in the different field of earth science, seismology. Presently, he is working with Ministry of Earth Science as a program head of seismology and earth science as a scientist. He has obtained his MS degree from IIT Hyderabad, PhD from Geodynamic Research Center from Japan, and many other related courses he has done. Also, he has done some courses in the management also from the Center of Education of All India Management Association, New Delhi. Dr. Mishra has been involved in the various projects nationally and internationally. He has been a life member of various professional bodies like AGU USA, SSA USA, SSJ Japan, and many other professional bodies he has been headed. Dr. Mishra has been also a very active academician and researcher. He has published more than 150 papers in reputed journals. He has guided more than 40 students and also guided more than 10 PhD scholars in the different universities of the world. So I welcome you sir again, and I request you to please share your views and experience.
Thank you. First of all, I express my gratitude to Director IIT Patna and also Secretary, Technology Development Board, Dr. Pathakji, all team of the IIT Patna. Actually, I was very much ecstatic to visit the motherland where IIT Patna has been founded, and it is my good luck that I came. Professor Thakur has taken a lot of everyday awarenesses that please come and do that. I'm very happy that my additional Secretary Finance and Financial Advisor is here, along with our CA, Mr. Shah Saab, Kohli Saab, all of us there. I am now going to talk a different word. Actually, we are talking since yesterday, the human anatomy, the biosciences, the biotechnology, lot of the medicines, everything are there. But I'm going to talk about, if you see the Ministry of Earth Sciences, that means I'm going to be talking about the earth science, which takes care of the lithosphere, entire surface of the earth, above the earth atmosphere, and also the cryosphere, considering of all hydrological and the ice processes. But here I will take concentration on the SAFE, that means Seismology and Earth Sciences program, what ministry has been taken up. Actually, our ministry is very new, it is 10 years old about. And the center, what I am reading, that is the National Center for Seismology, has a lot of scope. So, if you see this Mother Earth, if it is sustainable, then the entire planning is sustainable. And that is a great challenge. We are pouring billions of dollars for sustainability of the earth. And we are not able to give a confident claim that we are safer for tomorrow. That's why the Ministry of Earth Sciences mission is how the earth will be sustainable, how it will be safer, how our prosperity will be ensured. And then everything will be the same, everything will be progressing if we can able to manage the earth risk management. So if you see this, why we are calling Mother Earth, just for the students and researchers, because before doing any type of the research, the concept is most important. And the concept is that the human anatomy is similar to that of the earth anatomy is similar to the human anatomy. And that is the reason that the science and technology, the medical science, able to pass each and every inch of the human body, because they understand the anatomy of the human body. But anatomy, if you see, the upper layer of the earth crust is equivalent to a skin, that is upper layer of the human body. The mantle, that is the middle layer of the earth, is equivalent to your flesh. And the bone of the human body, that is third layer, is equivalent to core of the earth. And this has a lot of the similarity in the action also. Just like the flesh is actually the health of the human, the mental dynamism is actually telling that whether the earth is alive, earth is dynamic, earth is electrical, earth is magnetic, earth is a gravity force. All these things are. And each and every strata we have to deploy so many scientific tools. Technology is being developed. Not only that, starting from the observation to collect the data, then how resolvable data you are collecting and what tool you are using, what instrument you are going to use. And if getting the data, then how resolvable data out of the collected data means having the confidence level higher, that you call a signal by removing the noise, desirable signals, undesirable signals in noise. So it depends also that how you use the processing tools. And then you interpret it, and then you can interconnect with the other subjects, that what was this signal translated, that means geophysical signal translated into the actual geology and actual the health of the earth. So the earth science requires a multidisciplinary tools. And that is I am here that it requires everything, even the arts it requires arts, means how you present the work to a common language. If the science is interface of society, and if the application of science is technology, and if the action will be doing to resolve the problem, then each and every partnership is essential. So I am going to speak in that, on this issue, that if you see the Ministry of Earth Sciences, as I told you that there are many institutes, every institutes are there that they are talking about the geophysical and geological related problems, the hydrometeorological related problems, the climate change and now climate change induced disasters. There is a lot of havoc that climate change is going to happen. Climate change is not new. Each and every geological age there is a climate change. And you might have read in geography book that is 65 years ago, there was a dinosaur disappeared. So the contribution of the human about in case of the carbon dioxide emission, some chunk is there, but majority is the normal processes which is being influenced by its own processes. I going to explain all these things, how we are doing the research. So the geological and the geophysical process is done by the National Center of Seismology in the Indian National Center for Ocean Information Services, that is in the Hyderabad, NCS in Delhi. NCS is in the National Center of Earth Science Study, that is in Trivandrum. Similarly, the nodal agency for providing information regarding the ocean, or also the interrelated information, NIOT, National Institute of Ocean Technology, IITM, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, IMD, and these will be all in the website of the Ministry of Earth Sciences. So we studied all the things are here, and here NCS has a major role, because our director of the IIT PATNA is one of the celebrated academician, technocrats in the field of the geotechnical and geosciences. And we are students, when we are students, we are listening to lectures, but it is really that I thought that the National Center of Seismology, National Center for Seismology and Earth Sciences Research must be started from here now. The time has come, because a lot of the geological and geophysical research are totally deprived from the Bihar land. So it is a time, although we have a lot of the history of 1934 earthquakes, 1988 earthquakes, and we have some deep study has been done for Dehradun and Uttarakhand and other Himachal Pradesh, all the areas. Though it was very disastrous happened in the past. So, in order to facilitate the research, we have to take a lot of the time called a Program Monitoring Appraisal Committee of the geoscience. Seismology geoscience is said, similarly atmosphere, cryosphere and hydrology. All the 4 programs are there. There is one reach out and outreach programs are there. So doing all this, I am now coming to the main crafts where we can need the engineers, where the role of the electrical and electronics engineer, where the computer and information technology can help us, and where mechanical engineer, civil engineer can help us. So National Center for Seismology is in the Ministry of Earth Science, is dealing with the earthquake monitoring around the clock. And if I am telling the monitoring, that means you should have to have a good quality of the electronic tools. You have to, monitoring means you have to decipher the information through some means, that is the information technology. And we are using a very signal we are getting in the terms of the electrical pulse, so electrical equipment also well understood. So that means we seismologists are dependent on the arm manipulation of the all engineering branch. So data acquisition, if we are getting the information just like in sonography, if your sonography is wrong, the doctor will interpret everything wrong. So that thing is that, so after monitoring will around the clock, 24/7. You should not miss any information of the occurrence of the earthquake in any part of the Indian subcontinent. Also, our SOP said that up to the global level also of the magnitude bigger. But each and every low magnitude also we are doing. Seismic hazard microorganisms are doing, I will explain why it is micro hazard. Deep borehole investigation in Koina we are doing. Here the mechanical engineering coming. India is the first country in the world that will pass the Mother Earth in the Deccan track up to 3 kilometers. And we are going to plan to 7 kilometers. So in that seismological equipment already equipped at 3 kilometer depth in a Deccan track to understand that the seismogenesis in the plate interior, where there is no subduction, no volcanism, no plate collision, then why there is a big earthquake like 96.7 Koina. Everyone telling it is a reservoir induced earthquake. So if it is the fact, then each and every reservoir induced generate a big earthquake. So that is the fallacy that we are doing the good quality of research by doing collecting the data, like in passive source, we are collecting data, but you are passing to the source zone whether it is able to generate that amount of that strength of earthquake or not. And that is the point. Big project we are doing, lot of the drilling work is doing, lot of the core samples are coming, we are measuring day and night, so many parameters we are doing, using so many sophisticated equipment of your SAM and all the things we are doing. And seismological research is going because what we will only recognize if you are good type of research. Police I was telling that if you are doing a review of the paper, if you are proposing, then the committee wants to know that whether he had scientific credential or not, whether he had some type of the scientific background or backbone or not. is there or not. And that is the your published peer-reviewed paper in a high impact factor or having good citations. Even if it is a novel paper just published, but it has a lot of the saying into the society. So societal impact, how the research is going to deliver, everything there. That's why we are doing the Ministry of Earth Sciences, promoting the seismological research, geoscience research in the country. And then public outreach, because without public outreach means awareness program. What we are doing today is a scientific awareness program, mainly how to equip all the researchers, academicians, the engineers, the new generations with a fund to do the program. So awareness program is important, and that's why we are doing it. So we are doing that, what is going to do that. So in comparison to DST and DBT, we have not so many projects we are getting, like in the flood. We are getting a project in a selected parts because it was very much geology and seismology, so much things are there. So extra supports in the geosciences we are giving, and our objective is to promote and encourage research activities leading edge research, which have actually services to the society and to the people. And this is bearing a benefit to the both sides, which is for a good paper, like you might have seen that in Himalaya there is the Chamoli disaster. Entire scientists wanted to know what was the actually positive factor to do that. So if you know the positive factor, then you can devise the mitigating factor. Without knowing the positive factor or without the diagnosis, you cannot prescribe the medicine. So that's why we have to take each and every step that how our science is going to benefit to the society. And we are, through this fancy, we are generating seismological products. If some software is okay, we implement it, we process the data. If the applications of the now AI, artificial intelligence or deep data analysis or machine learning, all the techniques are doing. So it was now progressive, depending on what type of the project, what type of the problem we are taking. Geotectonic and geodynamical model. For the earth safety, we have to know that because earth is dynamic. Today, earlier we were there with Antarctica, now we are moving and now we collided to the Eurasian plate and the Himalaya plate. But we have the family of the Antarctica as per the geological, chronological history. And that it happened that India is moving, it was just translating above the Indian spot, huge decontract eruption happens, and those decontract eruptions is also now causing the big earthquakes, disasters in Pilani, in the Jabalpur, in the Bhuj, all these kind of things because of the all complexity of the geotectonic setups. So we have to know the geotectonic setups and we are giving the fund to each and every institutions. And this funding is not only to PI, but they are also hiring the JRF and SRF, and they are becoming actually the backbone for further promoting the research. And this is the funding Ministry of Earth Sciences is going to give. We give geology related, mineralogy, petrology we are doing. Critical zones and societal impact study, like almost all hazards we have to study. So, as your topic is the promotion of the infrastructure research faculty, and you have asked very good questions. We have the track record of supporting the infrastructure facility. Infrastructure means your structure, capital, and all things, also human resources. So human resources also scientific department doing, but ministry has a lot of the problems that you can have, do this amount of this for human resources, that is most important. Because human resources is the brilliant or it was the SAR, they can generate the fund for infrastructure. That is true. So, but in the case which is just an incubator in this nascent state, we have given support to national research academic facilities by geoscience and earlier ISR Kolkata. When it was founded, we have given a very high grade equipment, laser heated diamond anvil cell. It was about 6 to 7 crores rupees. And in the IIT Bangalore also we developed the MTech courses for that. In the seminar symposium also we are doing. I'm forgetting to return that IUC, the the Inter-University Acceleration Center, where the facility, national facility for geochronology is built up. We are also going to support them, not only the equipment, but also the specialized type of the building where the nuclear radiations and everything is protected. We are protected because such type of facility is nowhere in the world. So we wanted not to working in a type of pocket, we wanted to give the facility to generate the manpower, good manpower with the good facilities so that it can be used in a pan-India type of basis. It can be used to each and every one. If the IIT Patna needs something to to measure and precise measurement estimate of this, and high resolution equipment there, you can go and do that. That type of mandate is there. So we are supporting in this way. International collaboration is also there. So national facility in the different institute we are doing, and just I have given this. And in order to award the project to professor or technician to PIs, we have a very rigorous review system, and I think it's good. Because casually if you write a project without a concept or without understanding what it's going to generate, and without a proper roadmap of that science, it was very difficult. So each and every ministry, particularly our science ministry and other ministry also, because we followed the trend of the DST, because ministry is very young ministry. So we have a chairman, and he is a reputed personality of that subject of the geosciences, who should be always from the external. We have the 12 members, they are also from the external, different fields, representing the different parts of the country, and having the expertise and having the experiences on almost all parts of the geosciences. So everybody should be a specialist of this field, a specialist of that field, be able to choose that. And member secretary is the internal. So member secretary of the ministry has only the role to coordinate. Okay? So if you submit a project, through that the project has to go, the proposal received. Then initial scrutiny will be done by us, by seeing that whether the performer has been filled up or not. Almost all information has been given or not. Whether past money has been given to you, utilized by you or not. That certificate you have given you or not. Whether you are doing this, proposing this project was submitted to by some other PI or not. This type is the internal scrutiny done by the member secretary with his team. Then send for review to 3 independent reviewers, just like the public paper publications. Independent reviewer means what is the topic and who is this. Now who will choose the independent reviewer? We go and send it to the IMC chairman. Chairman allot 1 member of that subject, and he will choose independently the reviewer. Maybe the Indian, maybe the abroad, but time was there. So after this, getting the review, we communicate to the proposer, PI, to come and defend your project. Okay? So it is but after that we send it the comments, and they will come with including the comments, they come with the defense for that. Now the actual trial starts in front of the committee. So many questions are there. If it is not appropriately answered, then some members suggest it can go for the sub-revision. If it was a very good project, it was a very good comment from all 3 reviewers, all members agreed, then we will approve the project, and then we send for the in principle the short grant. And only doing all this jugglery, the final fight is with the IIT. And you cannot take that IIT just giving a project like this. They are really thoroughly reviewed, and they are the trained people. They ask you such a good question which you never thought. That this project you have taken, and this project is why is so much manpower proposed? Is it the institution nearby? There is some instrument is there or not? This type of the questions. Then we have to ask the institute that why you are buying this equipment, whether this equipment is available in the nearby institute or not. All these things are there, and we have to so many query, and it is the job of the member secretary to defend on behalf of the PI, because finance is important. So we are working, not you are working as your own people to convince the finance that yes, this is the member, the minutes of meeting is has been already approved and all these things. Even if you approve minutes of meeting, so many questions, finance is, because they are custodian of the money. So they agreed to doing that, and then we do all the things. So after this is a nutshell. So you can have the sanction proposal and approval. So that type of the net we have to cross it. And geoscience is very cautious to see that how many projects is given to universities, to institutes, to NIT and IIT. This was recently after 2016-17. So this is our only 3 years data I am putting. So university college, the 18 projects have been awarded. And institute, that was some research institutes, including NGRI and some research institutes of this, 14 projects have been awarded. National Institute of Technology 8 projects, and IIT 8. And these are all the older IIT except the Gandhinagar, IIT Gandhinagar. So depends that which new IIT is led by a very seasoned director or seasoned professor and faculty who are already experienced, then they try to take the projects. So if you want to see that every time we are telling that we are thinking on this way. So most of the geoscience project goes to the northern region. Then southern region, eastern region, western region, northeast region. So it is the final.
What is the average cost?
It was varying from 50 lakhs to up to 1 crore for our before the apex code. This is the pricing and if it is beyond the 1 crore, it will go to the apex code. Means almost all chairman of the primacy will make a committee chairman separate. So up to apex body it is more than the more than the crores, and lesser than the crore it is price. So like facilities of the, I told you that ISR now, it was not apex body. We will do it and then you submit there, then again review, again depend, then they give it. So it is another step more, sir, for the project having the more all these things. Just like written, maybe you are aware that to see that which institutions are there, you can see university, colleges, institute for your references. Now I wanted to see that the Patna, IIT Patna and all institutes of Bihar may be added in this. So up to this, you can say up to last 5 years, Fancy Saturated Geosciences awarded a total of 175 projects. Following the rigorous process till date, what I mentioned, number of research publications is 450 in the international journal by the PIH. And this is a good papers. And PhD awarded 130, 50 of these under the submission, and the 20 enrolled. Just new enrolled. This is a recent data. So now come to where you can put your project and where you can use yourself as one of the innovator, or you can have a role in the startup. So if you see this, all this type of the recording taking place both the night and day, and these all are the circles, colored circles are the different earthquake of different magnitude at different depth, and the triangles are the stations. They are doing all these. Most of the time there is a communication problem. We are doing now the real-time monitoring to the VSAT. But it is very costly affair, so you are using the GSM sometimes. But there is again time there. So communication system is actually the prime and the real-time mode monitoring is important hurdles for us. We have at present 152 seismic stations till today, but we are getting information up to the 90% of that, about 142 libraries. The others are sometimes communication lag and sometimes the power lag. Particularly in the Himalayan region, we are facing the rapid discharge of the battery. And I am happy that IIT Patna has developed a special type of the inverter, and they can work with the minus how much? Minus 22 degree. So I think we are able to now establish our seismic station to Antarctica also by using the product of the IIT Patna. So this is a good opening, and I think we will be the most higher consumer of the battery and inverter, because we were totally dependent on putting the sensor in the different parts of the country. So आप इसको थोड़ा टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलपमेंट बोर्ड से you can able to
टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप हो गया, आप ऑर्डर दीजिए।
अच्छा, तो कंपनी का नाम बताना है।
कंपनी का नाम भी आपको बताएगा।
अच्छा, ठीक है, वेरी गुड। So देखिए, फिनांस आप इंडियन मेड प्रोडक्ट will able to use that. So here the problem is the computer system. Each and every day there is a change in the computing system. And now Mr. Verma is here. We recently procured crores of the rupees of the products on the name of the upgradation and all these things. The right and judicious judgment is required for doing that. So we have some computer and some information technology people are there, but it is now the collaborations between the partners, means direct private public partnership is there. Then it was demand-based development of the computing system, we can able to do that. So we are depending that petaflop they are doing, so we can also take that. But it depends on that what is my need for 10 years or our need for the 5 years, depending on that. So the collaboration is lacking in order to demand-based production. Okay. So demand-based production is a sensor we are using, antenna we are using, GPS we are using. We are taking a GPS, such a GPS, after getting some weathering troubles, the GPS is not responding. So there are the many factors where the electronics engineer, electrical engineers, and the information technology computing energy can support the very seamless monitoring of the seismological data to the country, to generate a seismic map. You may be thinking that what is seismic and all. Just like you might have, we are very clever. We are using the technology of the medical technology. You know, CT scan has come, computer-aided tomography. We are clever to use the geotomography. And for geotomography, there is a passive source, there is active source. Active source means the explosive, thumper, the hammer, these all actually creating the vibration is under your control. So you know the location of your creator and you know the receiver locations. But in case of the passive source, you don't have any control on your source. Means earthquake can occur in any part of the place, and then it was recorded by your receiver, putting either in the America or in India. If it is a bigger magnitude, can be done. And that is the reason that occurrence of the earthquake in New Zealand, recorded in Denmark, they discovered the core of the earth. Okay. So in this case, the earthquake acts as a source. That can source, we can go to pass to up to the core of the earth. So good quality of the earthquake data can give you a good picture of each and every strata of the earth. And that is the reason that good quality of data, we are dependent on the tools, electronic tools, which we are developing. We are completely, whatever the buy today seismograph, after 3 years, the fabricators, the manufacturer, like Japan, USA, even China, they are changing their things and their quality is better than us. Although we bought the equipment from there, I go to save how much money we are spending in the equipment. So because of this, we have 5 to 8 minutes by getting a proper location of the earthquake. That is a good location of the earthquake. Initial locations become very small, but that was not a depth proper. There will be magnitude relations there. So we are still taking 5 to 8 minutes per location. So either the role of the information technology means disseminate the information to public, only the good quality of the data is there. And we are recording the data, we are generating the app generations to public, because fastest information go to the first responder, that is the ground, the root level. So this is also important, and we have taken some help of the students to develop app for the SASMO. They tried this, the best, and that model we have developed again with hiring the consultant. And we have the Bhukamp app and all these things are there. So these are the actually seismological network which are going to be increased in the country. So each and every inch should be covered so that we can get better tomographic images of the entire earth strata to give you some information where the stress is accumulating, where the stress is generating, where the stress is attenuating, dissipating, absorbing, so that disastrous aspect due to earthquake can be predicted. And therefore, the R&D, so many works we are able to do that. In our seismology, if you go from the Kumang to Kargil, there is a line of the geothermal belt, but it was still not explored properly. So seismological evidence says that the source of the geothermal, but we are not able to map the particular depth and its volume. So it was needed for all these engineering purposes, societal purposes, to find out the energy security, geothermal energy. 3 crores of the projects we have given to the different institutes. So I think you have to think that where the geosciences, which type of the project we have to take, and we have to get the funding for societal benefit generations. And I told the stress measurement in the different part of this, how much stress generated, 20 crores of the projects we have given to the institutes who are mainly working on the stress accumulation in the Himalayan belt. The borehole, the Karat, the BGRL, where 3 kilometer borehole is done, and it has a very international interest for the research, because collaboration with the IODP, International Ocean Discovery, and ICTP, International Continental Deep Drilling, they are coming to us, and many new models are developing, and this has a bearing also a climate change, and seismogenesis also. So we have to have a lot of the objectives, and then a lot of a scope to come. If you wanted to map, you measure the laboratory measurement of the density, bulk density, electrical property, magnetic property of all those cores at different depth. We have a huge course. We are now advertising that who will come as a PI to measure all these things. So these are actually the scopes that you can get the fund, and you can the work on those types for the better use. What I am telling, Thakur, this is the facility for geochronology, and you will be happy to know that we have supported to buy the equipment, 6 equipment, 1 equipment, sir, police, minimum price is 35 crore, maximum till today is 55 crore. It is all installed and it is working. And it is the best geochronology center for entire South Asian continent, I can say. And IUC, it has not all infrastructure facilities according to the mandate, according to the subscription of the Ministry of the Atomic Energy Nuclear. So we are giving the Noida Industrial Building Complex, we are creating and giving a separate block so that they can house and make their structure and they can do the research for that. So it was also investment, but we are going to create a lot of the wealth of the information and also earn the money from the other countries, because we are used to send our sample to America to give out geochronological data, to give me density, to give me this type of parameters. If this is there, now we are stopping also the migration of the money from the country on the name of the to get the estimate parameter for our model. So you see this some of the equipment, high resolution secondary iron mass spectrometry, it is from France. 35 crore we are taking from France. We are also taking from Germany, from the Netherlands, from USA, from Singapore. Now the time has come that establish this equipment and now become a manufacturer for that. India need to that. China doesn't now go to that, they are trying to manufacture. So I am telling that we invested the money, so we can able to generate our own result and earn the money, but at the same time, the new generation should come to understand where is the actually the essence that how you can fabricate that. Maybe it takes time. It is research of mechanical engineering, electronics engineering, they can do that. And that's why you see almost all equipments we are buying from the abroad. Billions of the dollars we are spending, and it was just on the import of the equipment for the geosciences. And we have no any equipment manufacturer in the country that we can sell the money. Actually, this is actually point here, that the country wanted to be self-reliant, or if you want to become a contributor to the 5 trillion economy, first of all you have to stop the import of the equipment, high costly equipment, and you have to fabricate your own equipment. I think that is one of the purpose of the IITs to use the best brain. Same Indians are going to Singapore, Germany, Netherlands. For India, they are working in France and they are developing the equipment. So we have to have this type of the thinking coming up. So two major equipments, the high resolution secondary mass spectroscopy and accelerator mass spectrometry for IUC, HR seems to be already given, it is working. Now we might have a lot of scope for blue economy. We are exploring all the things now. Our ocean is the treasure of the so many resources. Okay? So a study is important. So in order to peep inside the earth under the ocean water, you have to use sophisticated tools. Right? Those tools are being developed by the National Institute of Ocean Technology in Chennai. We also want, but it's not all, we are also equipping them to find out where is the polymetallic modules, what are they used to make the manganese, the chromiums, the nickels. So many things are there. So it is deciphering all the things are there, blue economy. So all blue economy tools, exploration, job. It can have a lot of opportunity that you can do the research, you can invest your mind to develop the new technology. Because this is an untouched area so far in the field of the geosciences. And government has given about 4,000 crores for this DOM, Deep Ocean Mission Project and the blue economy. And this is creating the human resources of the country to take the best brain from every corners, electronics engineers, mechanical engineers, civil engineers, all information technology to develop a tool for that. Otherwise, this 4,000 crore will be invested only to buy the equipment. Maybe we are getting the output or not, that is settled. But at the same time, we are also giving the development or fabrication of the equipment as per the requirement. So you see this ocean bottom seismometer. We are using ocean bottom seismometer. In ocean, you cannot put a seismograph of the land seismograph. So ocean bottom seismograph is very costly in order to find out the ocean structure. So it is now NC2 in the Goa. And that fabrication is started to be taking the NIOT. So that you can do all the things, putting in the different part of the ocean. And that's why the job of the startup. You are asking only the money, okay. But take the money for save the money of the country. And that is your fabrication, manufacturing of the equipment. That is most important. Without equipment, you cannot have anything. So development of tools and technology for better exploitation of ocean-based resources, participation in exploration, development of high-level data processing software. Here the role of the computer engineer. Here the AI is coming. We have huge data and telling that this is bad data, this is bad data, this is not reliable, this is that. But if AI comes, they are making that this is a structured data can be made from the unstructured data. They are telling this is your signal. So computer engineer started Chaukanji was telling how beautifully that the doctors give so many parameters, but software can understand that which parameter gives me more weightage. I think that's what artificial intelligence is robust and everything is coming. We have not gone to exosphere of the space, but now the data coming and we building them. We did not drill to the core of the earth, but we believe that this is the core of the earth. Why? By the modeling, by assimilation, by inversion of the data, and that is the kamal of the computer engineering. So inversion technology, software is important. Where India is the giant of the computer engineering, but in the geosciences, we need a best brain of the computer sciences. And that's it because it is the unknown which cannot be proved by drilling, but it's proved by the modeling. And that is the reason that we are trying to generate each and everywhere to save huge public sector through development of indigenous technology that are being deployed in ocean research and the survey of the land in every part of the country. So some seismological monitoring, I saw you all see the equipment. I talked yesterday, talked to what is called in Adalika also one startup, they come and I given him some old equipment, seismograph to him. I told that, please open this and say that what was its design. जैसे कि आपको याद होगा लाल बहादुर शास्त्री ने एक टैंक लाया था, पैटर्न टैंक जो लोग हंसता था कि लड़ाई हुआ 65 में ये क्या करेगा, उन्होंने जय जवान जय किसान करना था, बोला एक तो तोड़ो कहाँ भी पॉइंट है, अब तोड़ के फिर जोड़ो, then we are able to make a tank. So मैंने उसको दिमाग में कहा कि ये पुराना मेरा सब है, अमेरिकन इक्विपमेंट है, इसको तुम ले जाओ और खोल के देखो. He came and told that, sir, we need some more information, this information, that information. He is still doing. One company in India based, young guy, passed out from some IIT Bhopal and all. So the only equipment, if you are not putting up, making computer equipment, you can make the accessory better. Accessory has many costs. Because due to lack of the accessory, the instrument became invalid. It is not going to be used further. So sometimes cables are generated. That's the government of India telling 20% of the Indian products. They are giving maybe cables, maybe all the things. So if you wanted to save the money, you have to manufacture the equipment, which we are spending so much on procurement. So operation of the national system existing. Now in 150 I have done, the 150 you have done because every time doing. So you can imagine, I am going to see you here, the total number of derivatives is 750 as today. And data acquisition, GPS system, digitizer, reset, battery bank, solar panels, so much costly. So much costly, sir. So, you see these all equipment, why I am showing you, that these equipment need to be manufactured by the IITs. And it is only possible that IIT come forward. And then GST, DBT, they will fund it. Because we give you the concept, we give our demand base, that yes, we need this equipment. Now come forward and manufacture it. That is actually the of doing all the things. So approximate cost per unit is $10,000. This is the oldest version I am telling you. Tomorrow may be $20,000 because they know that India has no product and South Asia has no product, other are not there. And who is producing? All USA, Germany, Japan, Taiwan, even China. And we have best brand. Maybe some Indians are working in their company. And $10,000 and आपको 3,000 instrument लगाना है. If you see the rate compared to the country, having the area of 37,248 square kilometers, we have just only 152 seismograph. Japan has a part of it is a smaller state than we are, and it has a 6,600. Okay? Because each and every inch they wanted. That's why they suffer. Because they have all the artificial regime structure. So we have to save here. And you see, this depends on which type of equipment. Now, if you go for the entire system, it is $30,000. Means seismograph is the seismometer plus data acquired. So this is the one state of equipment. So $30,000 in the market. It is the made by Canada. That is the trillium. So how much money we are using for the particular survey mode of the seismographs and so many things. Solar panel. Earlier the Bhutan country giving solar panel. So no problem, we are doing that. We are curtailing the money. So this kinematics, USA, Rivte Canada, Nanometrics Canada, and Burlap UK. Where is the Indian company? We don't have. So we have to, now that the time has come that if the earth will be explored, we have to have a good quality of the equipment. and we are giving the demand, you please produce that. So this way, upgradation plan of seismology is going on, and you understand why I'm seeing this, that safety of the earth is most important, because a particular earthquake, the normal earthquake of magnitude 3 generates the 10 ton, means 8 ton of explosive energy. And if the magnitude of the 9, it generates about 80 gigaton of explosive energy. And why in the Mother Earth? Because they save us. Most of the energy is being absorbed by the Mother Earth at different strata. Only part of energy comes to the surface, and that is damaging. So you cannot predict the earthquake with the present state of knowledge, because you do not understand the mechanism of the earthquake. I give one slide. And you cannot stop the earthquake with the natural process. Then what to do? What to do? So many energy, either predict or forecast the earthquake, it is denied. Because we are not understanding the mechanism of genesis. And that way, mechanism of genesis, good quality of the data and good software of the processing. You have to do development of earthquake early warning going on. Again, early warning requires lot of the communication system. Suppose we detect one earthquake, at the earliest it should be fastest go to the public. So there is no lag of the transmission of the information from source to the public responder. It is still a very, what is called, not certain, very uncertain, but you are doing research. Development of the research infrastructure and design, that can be done. You are the civil engineering department of the Patna IIT. Just like there is a rain, every day rain is pouring, and you have to go to office, you are developed umbrella. You know that you are going to fight a terrorist, you have the bullet jacket. So you know that you are staying in the hottest spot of the earthquake, you have to have a very safer structure, and that is earthquake risk resilient structure. And I'm sure that if the structure is earthquake risk resilient, it is resilient to almost all disaster events, because none of the disaster events generate so much amount of energy what the earthquake generates. Okay? So this is now the role of the civil engineers, the architects coming into the picture. And that is good that Japan is able to develop the earthquake risk resilient code. That's why even the earthquake occurred in 11 March 2011, none of the buildings went to ground due to the earthquake setting. Only the damage happened because of the hydrostatic pressure of the tsunami, right? So this is our proven technology. और हमारे यहाँ तो Indian plate नीचे जा रहा है, Western plate ऊपर आ रहा है. We are trying, but there are the 4 plates subducting, and where just the position of the 4 plate, Japan is sitting. They did it. That means the proven technology of the science has already given an engineering solution that you can save from yourself from the earthquake disasters, because earthquake does not kill the people, it is a structure that kills the people. Where the role of India, and in common language, you can say that you cannot predict the earthquake, just a slide I am telling. And I always define in my paper also that earthquake is nothing but it is happened at the earth. Okay? If the systolic and diastolic pressure is abnormally high, the doctor predicts you are going to collapse, because your artery and vein has no pumping ability for the blood pumping, it is going to rupture. Similarly, if shearing and bearing strength of the rock exceeded by the stress accumulation by the processes, the rock ruptures and there is a huge amount of energy, right? So, if the systolic diastolic pressure is a diagnostic precursor, it can be predicted, then why not the earthquake predicted? Because it is not so simple. I told you human anatomy is very simple, but so many sub-strata processes is there, so you are not able to predict the earthquake, because mechanism of genesis of earthquake is not just like a Hooke's law, that a stress is increasing, a strain is changing, a stress by a strain is increasing, absolutely, you can do that. You know that granite earthquake occur, and if you measure the stress and strain of the granite in the laboratory, it is the one value, but in the in situ, it is not found. So you can see that how earthquake is regarded as a greatest culprit. So let earthquake occur, उसको छेड़छाड़ मत करो, लेकिन अपने को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए अपना जो है कवच बनाओ, and that is the earthquake risk resilient structure. You see the beautiful structure made by the engineer, civil engineer, architect. You see school-going children, it's trapped here. You see there is so much. You see, it is really pathetic. But most structure here damaged, or this multi-story building has not damaged in good in the earthquake 9.7.9 in 2008, right? 2005. So the people depend on the God to save us. But here the engineering solution, technology, proven technology is there. So why not you can do that? So in a Chichi, earthquake 1999 Chichi earthquake disrupted the power supply because it was the broken. So earthquake never respect the geographical boundary. It can hit anywhere at any point of time where the stress accumulation is high and exceeded the ceiling stress. So what I wanted to see, that you see that actually चाहे साहब सामने पूछेगा इतना पैसा लेकर तुम क्या हिसाब कर रहे हो जब आपको प्रेडिक्ट नहीं कर That is the one paper in the Nature and 1997 come that if you are not under, if the science of physics is valid and it is applicable, then prediction mechanism should be also authenticated. If you are not predicting the earthquake, you are not a good seismologist. And it is really coming from the person who is not understanding. That was put a slide in the heart attack the public. That was there. So you see, prediction has already achieved in the many stages. And it has only the four stages. One is anticipation. You anticipate that there is earthquake in Himalaya. Because geotectonic setting is like that. Collision of subduction tectonics is there. So you can tell anticipation is correct because geological processes is already demarcated there. You give the justification because I am telling that geological process, this rocky bit, this faulty there, so what will happen, okay? But what happens? You also expect that earthquake occur. Expect correct. बोलेगा earthquake हुआ, देखो मैं मेजर करो. There is an earthquake in Dehradun or Uttarakhand in Himalaya, but I cannot. This is with respect to without the reference of precise location, its time and the site, right? So three stages we have done. That's why you make a demarcated plate boundary zone, collision zone, volcanic zone. These are all the seismogenic zone, right? So we have not achieved the last stage of the prediction, and that's why the entire world is pouring $1 billion because science never telling it impossible. Science tells it possible. Today I am telling tomorrow somebody predicted. Just like China, Haicheng earthquake in 1976, 1975, they predicted 7.6 earthquake. We entire world is celebrating. China had predicted earthquake 24 hours before. But the same group of the scientists, just 100 kilometers away, same instrumentation, in Tangshan earthquake occurred in 1976, magnitude 7.9, entire 20 lakhs building turned into rubles. They failed. That means it was not a prediction, it was just a coincidence. Right? खत्म कर रहा है. So आपको ये इंडिया का each and every study you have to do it, and that's why you do the seismic micromanagement because this zone is not a crude zone. This zone is not a sole representative. If zone is right, entire building will collapse made by the same engineer and same technology of building, but it is not happening, right? So that's why you build the micromanagement of that, because if you see this. So many parameters we are doing, and all the job of the civil engineer and geotechnical engineer. So the Ministry of the Sciences has taken of the seismic microcondition of the major cities having population 5 lakhs and above, and falling in the zone 3, 4, and 5. And that's why this is daily zone. And if one day, if you do, you can say that microgeneration, nanogeneration, picogeneration, femtogeneration, because it depends on how precise information you are getting. So if the earthquake occurred, it is building how you collapse, this corner, that corner. So precise information you are going to get. And then you have the project for safety of the building, project on the safety of your schools, safety of hospitals, so many vital installations, and we are doing that. So this is the equal law. What you have to do, a startup India, you come and participate in manufacturing. A startup India, identify the core hub of the talent for developing the sophisticated equipment. A startup India can participate in exploratory and all the tools are there. Therefore, India can save its own funds and contribute to high trillion economy. यहाँ हमेशा किसानों को पैसा नहीं मिल रहा, पैसा आपको देने के बाद पैसा आपको बचाना है कंट्री का. This is my message to you. So come forward to use your talent to become a contributor of the 5 trillion economy of the country by stopping the. थोड़ा आप लोग दिन भर जो है ड्रग और ये सुनते आप लोग थक गए थे, तो आपको थोड़ा मेहनत के बारे में बताया मैं. लेकिन बहुत स्कोप है यहाँ पर काम करने का, बहुत स्कोप है. यही एक चैलेंजिंग है. आप रहेंगे कभी आप रहोगे तो रिसर्च करोगे. I will only tell you that what you develop. Support will be given by him. I will tell you that this equipment is needed, and you can go with the project with him. That sir, हम ये instrument बनाएंगे, idea हम चले लोग क्या है, and उनके पास जाओ. हाँ, सर्टिफिकेट हम आपको सर्टिफिकेट कर देंगे. हम आपको क्या क्या पैरामीटर कैसे कैसे करना सब आपको फ्री कर देंगे. आपको प्रोजेक्ट भी बनवा देंगे, लेकिन पैसा नहीं है. पैसा दो देंगे. जरूर खरीदेंगे. यही तो करना है. I am the buyer. I will be buyer. मैं तो जाता हूँ equipment का order देने हिमालय में रोज जो है बैटरी डिस्चार्ज होता है, ठीक है।
इसका डेटा पब्लिक है आपका, ये 2 एरिया में मेरा इंटरेस्ट था।
हाँ बताइए।
एक आई कम फ्रॉम द साइबर वर्ल्ड,
हाँ।
मलाका स्टेट को आपको मॉनिटर करना
हाँ हाँ, हम तो डायरेक्टली नहीं करते, मलाका ही जाओ नहीं। हाँ
करना चाहिए।
हाँ
सेकंड साउथ चाइना सी का डेटा है,
नहीं, उससे लेके तो लड़ाई हो जाएगी ना, हम नहीं डाटा नहीं देते उसको।
करना चाहिए।
नहीं, हम उसे हमारे अपना ही करना, हम इसे तो ऑफर कर रहे हैं अभी अपना करेंगे तो चाइना के बाद जाएंगे, है ना। सो इट इज गुड क्वेश्चन, इसलिए मैं पार्ट ऑफ को धरा दिया आपको, ठीक है। ओके,
Thank you sir for such informative session.
सिविल इंजीनियरिंग के बहुत प्रोजेक्ट है हमारे पास, you can apply, ये होता है।
And I am happy to share that our institute is also actively working on entrepreneurship. We set up Center for Entrepreneurship Research, and very soon a delegated meeting will be conducted, and we will be happy to have more collaborative projects with Ministry of Earth Science in the field of civil engineering. I request Professor Patra sir, please accept this a small token of memento on behalf of our. So we will take a quick break, 5 minutes break, and we will join after 5 minutes for another exciting session, and we have a panel discussion also following that session. Yes,